Good evening. Welcome to Fluttering in the Spirit Tarot. Today is Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. This is a reading for the sign of Cancer. Please subscribe, follow, and like this video. Please take what fits here and leave the rest. Spirits, please help with this message today. So the first card that we have in the reading today, and this is coming from the Mystical Dream deck, is the Floating card. Floating represents relaxation and freedom from physical constraints. In your dream, floating suggests that you are releasing burdens and entering a state of ease and flow. The dream encourages you to let go of your worries and allow yourself to move effortlessly through life. It signals that you are finding your balance, embracing freedom, and finding inner peace in the process. And then I went ahead and pulled a couple of oracle cards, and the first card that came out is Divine Masculine. So whether that's yourself or someone in your life. And then we have the Memories card that came out. This came out in reverse. So in an upright, it would speak of reminiscing, dwelling, or bittersweet feeling. But when in reverse, that would mean to let go. So you're no longer dwelling on past memories, no longer constantly reminiscing about things that happened in past relationships. Also a bittersweet feeling, possibly as sometimes we may have connections that we may walk away from, but we still hold some kind of feeling potentially for that person, and we can kind of carry these around as burdens sometimes. And floating, speaking of releasing burdens and entering a state of ease and flow, so that these past memories and dwelling on these things isn't any longer holding us up. But you do have to be in a divine energy a lot of times to let past things go. So I did go ahead and next pull a few tarot cards, and what we got was the Ace of Cups, and that's in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse. The Two of Swords, that came out upright. And then we have as general energy, or what's in the background in the energies, is the Page of Cups, and that came out in reverse. I'll put that up there. Let's go ahead and start with the Page of Cups in reverse. So that refers to having a naive point of view. It can speak of kind of having a daydreamy energy about you. This person may be a bit selfish, potentially oversensitive in their emotions, because they're a page. So a younger energy, this could be somebody younger than you, or just someone whose energy feels younger than you. They may be at times unable to express themselves, or you may feel this way, or you have in the past. Taking things too seriously. And then we have next the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, when in reverse, it speaks of someone having a feeling of disappointment and despair about a situation, or attempting to repress their emotions. This can be blocking their logic in the situation. You may feel disappointed in general. And then we have the Two of Wands, and that came out in reverse. So the Two of Wands, when in reverse, refers to having a feeling of impatience, potentially. Acting hasty, overexcited in your emotions. You may be letting the opinions of other people influence you as well. It seems you may need to take some initiative over your emotions and actions. I'm sorry, my smoke alarm's going off. My daughter is cooking. Next we have the Two of Swords. And that's going from a Two of Wands energy of feeling impatient to finding some clarity in the situation, but unable to, actually, because we're not in reverse, we're in upright. So this is feeling blinded. So impatient and feeling blinded, not knowing exactly what you are seeing in front of you. Okay. You're seeking clarity, but you don't have clarity at all at this point. Okay, so I went ahead and clarified. So for the floating card and the Ace of Cups, which is that feeling of disappointment, is met with the Sun, which is Leo energy. So going from a feeling of disappointment, despair in a situation, regressing your emotions, the Sun comes out. And the Sun is happiness, success. Positivity. Relaxation. When you're happy, you definitely feel freedom. Entering a state of ease and flow. Signifies you're finding your balance, embracing freedom, and finding inner peace in the process. And that happy energy is what you're going to gain. And then we have divine masculine. And we have the Two of Wands. So maybe your newfound energy of going from the Ace of Cups, feeling of despair and disappointment, to happiness and success, and beginning to find your balance. This is giving you freedom and peace so that you're basically floating rather than constantly struggling. Things are becoming easy. So we have divine masculine, and we have the Two of Wands, which is someone who is impatient, acting hasty, overly excited. So maybe you found this happiness here. You've definitely gotten overly excited. A bit. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. So this is a nurturing energy. Someone who's abundant, takes care of themselves. Very much about home and family. So we have Queen of Pentacles and Divine Masculine and Two of Wands. So this definitely could be two people in a connection. This would be earth signs. And we have Wands, so that would be fire signs. A lack of planning, potentially. In this connection. Waiting for someone to make a move before acting. So what this card here can signify in a reversal. There could be unrealistic expectations. Maybe you got so jazzed up with the sun energy that there was an imbalance in expectations. May have acted a bit hasty in excitement. And then we have here with the Two of Wands. This can speak of a difficult decision, weighing up options, avoidance, or seeking clarity. Avoiding or not wanting to look back at or dwell on the past. And then we have the star, and it came out sideways. So this is Aquarius energy. And when in an upright, it can be a feeling of hope, faith, purpose, a renewal and healing. So you may be avoiding this a bit. Because the star, when in reverse, refers to a disappointment, a doubt, having a loss of faith, loss of trust, being pessimistic, a loss of trust or faith in the memories in the past. Seeking clarity. And healing. Teetering between having hope you're definitely weighing up options, but you're teetering on how much faith and how much purpose you feel this connection here has in your life. How much of it is just something you were holding on to? I did go ahead and pull a few love cards. What came out was twin flame. So this potentially could be your twin flame. So this may be somebody that you kind of go through cycles with. You guys may mirror each other in some ways. And then we also have jealousy. Why is jealousy here, Spirit? Why is jealousy here? Spirit, why is jealousy here? Okay, we have the Five of Cups, and this came out in reverse. So the Five of Cups in a reverse would be moving on from challenges. So somebody may be jealous based off what they see you moving on from. Spirit, what is the advice with this twin flame? One card, please. King of Pentacles. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. Sorry, it's shaking. I accidentally bumped it. The King of Pentacles is success. So ultimately there may be some success in this connection, but it looks like there's definitely some potential growing and healing to do, and the healing's in a sideways position, which means there's been some done, but it's definitely going to take turning this card into a upright, and this energy being shared between both people. For that to work. And the immature page energy that is underlying this reading would need some of this healing. Okay, we're gonna pull a couple of advice cards, and that will conclude the reading today, Cancer. Spirit, what is the advice today? What is the advice, Spirit? Okay, I'll go ahead and take these. The first one is making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. Carried away, let yourself be caught up in a whirlwind of a romantic moment. Make plans, get carried away, real promise. Release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of possibility. Making plans, carried away, real promise. All right, Cancer, thank you for watching today. Till next time.